Hey everyone, welcome back. And looks like we have a collab here, which I've told you guys that it was gonna happen. Trying to get me to roll it up with the character, which they succeeded. No big deal. Got what I wanted. Don't care. Character looks sick, and he's a good character, very versatile. But anyways, enough about that. Enough about the chatter about the character that I worked rolled so hard for. I worked really hard for that character. Come on, guys. So we actually get tickets here, and we get 2 of them, which is actually crazy because usually Last Cloudia only gives you 1. I'm not a big fan of this collab, just because of my preference. I'm not a big fan of the game itself with the characters and the design. I think they have cool designs in Last Cloudia. I know about the game, I just don't care for the game. I never played the game because it never really got me interested of wanting to touch it. Enough about the rant. So, why are we here? Well, let's talk about the characters that you possibly want to pick. Honestly, it's gonna be a really tough question, or I'm gonna give you a really tough answer to give because it's gonna be a really hard question to answer because here's the thing, right? 2B and A2 are they're both good in a way. In the same sense, they're still to me. They're to me, but they're good. I'm going to pick one of them, and let's just follow through. Let's just chop down some of the things that we know about so far. And let's ask ourselves some questions. Do I have 2B? No. Do I have A2? No. Do I have their arcs? Of course not. No. Prisma, never touch them until you get the character, which in this case, you have to make a choice. Since you don't have the character, why go with Prims? Okay, it doesn't make any sense. The souls, don't even touch the souls. What a waste. It's such a waste. I would never go for those. Unless I have every single thing that I have in here, but even then, why would I touch them? I'd rather take up the ones with the A2 and 2B, unless I don't care for these characters. So I chop all that off and say, yeah, I'll go for the Prims. The Prim Souls is your last thing to pick, okay? Now, honestly, let's do a little bit of review. 2B is a support DPS character in a way. If she's, type B, when 2 weapons are equipped, boost physical attack damage and damage cap based on hit count. Max damage is 50%, damage cap by 5,000 on 100 hit count. Chance to avoid physical attacks, which is really good, honestly. If you can manage to get up to that cap count, so all your characters are going to have to combo and all that, which is really good, honestly, in a way. But if you were set to auto mode, that trait's useless. It is really useless. But if you're playing the game and you're doing all those combos, it's actually pretty good. So it really depends on how you play this game. Support unit pod 042. Every 20 seconds, if HP is 50 or less, restore 20%. Every 30 seconds, remove any basic status element, and all skill stocks are 0. Recover skill SCT 10 seconds. Okay, this is okay. Honestly, it's not necessarily bad. It is okay. It's still strong. I do like it. Honestly, it's not too bad. Honestly, removing any basic status element is actually pretty good. Now, if you want to get really aggressive, and you should go for the prototype. A2. Which is prototype A, type A. When only 1 weapon is equipped, physical damage cap by 20,000, and when an ally is incapacitated, apply strength of 30% physical attack damage by 2,000 buff to the unit. This is really good. The bad thing about this, you're gonna have to rely on your team to die to actually get the full trait of that thing, which is, I don't know how you play the game. You could honestly, you can meme it up. You can kill your own team and then just get this character to actually get a boost of strength. Or you could just, not your team, but you can get an ally killed. You could just set a unit that's really weak and then just boost her up. But you kind of destroy your team like that. Like, you're sacrificing one unit to make one unit good, when all three is better than just having one unit being good, because I think that's just silly. In Arena, that would not be good, because the more you kill that person, like the one that's, you know, weak from the rest of your team, it's just easy, you know, killing. Like, you're taking out points. So anyways, Berserker mode, battle start special engaged by fill rate by 1000%. I mean, 1000, holy crap, 100% buff. Lost when special is used. Special starts Berserker mode. Physical attack damage by 50%. Damage cap is by 10,000. By continuously HP decrease. Again, these are okay. They're strong, but they're okay. I don't think they're like too wild for me to be like, you know, that's pretty crazy. You know, pretty sus to me. So the arcs here, I really don't care to explain this, because it's not like too crazy, but it's good enough. For each living machine type unit or ally, strength is 6% and max up to 36. Physical damage taken from non-machine types is 10%. When an ally is incapacitated, apply critical rate by 15% and SAT recovery speed by 30%, buff to the unit once wave. This is good, actually, in a way, just because of those traits, but there are way better arcs out there that can easily, you know, overtake this. And then we have the beautiful Songstress. So when attacking an enemy, conflict a debuff, damage 5% per debuff onto an enemy, max up to 40%. When defeating an enemy, apply strength and intelligence by 35%, buff to the unit, and battle start auto cast Giga Blazer. So battle start is just the first wave that you'll be fighting, and I think it's the first wave. When you start the game, and usually what is really meant for is boss battles. Like, if you go straight into a boss battle, that's basically what would be good for it. You just get that off instantly, and it'll be applied onto the boss regardless. Now, the only thing that it would not work on is if a boss has any removable effects, that if you applied any type of debuff onto it. The strength and intelligence is kind of iffy to me, because this goes on 2B, and I don't remember her having anything to do with intelligence unless you're wanting to spellcast, which is not really the best, honestly. And to me, honestly, I need more light units, and this character is good in a way. She does a lot of damage, and I do like her arc that goes with it. And I just need to actually add some machine types to an enemy or an ally, which I don't know how you could even... Oh, I'm sorry. The machine type the enemy has to be, or your ally has to be. Which is pretty good. Excuse me. And I'm not going to say that I'm not going to pick this up, because honestly, I think I am going to pick it up. It's pretty dang good. Now, what comes with it is just as good as the next thing. Now, the battle start, I really hate battle start. Give a unit soldier, knight, and sorcerer sniper type. Type is lost at the end of the battle. Machine only type strength and defense. And anti-chain damage when taking a combo attack. Reduce the damage of hits, which is actually pretty good. It's just like Street Fighters. You get combos so much in a row, you take less damage. Now, we're getting close to the end of the video, so let's talk about their ether rewards. So we got Machine Sword, which is pretty dang good, honestly. Critical rate by 5%, and when defeating an enemy, strength is up to 2%, up to 10 times, and resets the unit when incapacitated, which is pretty good. So if she dies, you lose the stacks, but if she's alive, she continues to have those stacks. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the beautiful Songstress. And it's an axe. Yikes. Damage to enemies faded or breaking 20%, and when defeating an enemy, strength is 2% up to 10 times max, and resets the unit's incapacitated. So we got like 12 defense below, but it's I think it's pretty good and backed up by a lot more HP. But I still think that you're giving a lot to use an axe, but which is not necessarily bad. But what's bad about that is that it's not too far from strength from just a sword, which is unfortunate. But overall, yeah, I made up my mind. Who I be picking is pretty dang close to who you already know. Actually, you already know. I already said it. It's A2. I'm picking A2 just because she fits my playstyle. I do like the extra damage, and I like how she can grow into a scaling machine. No pun intended. And I'm going to pick up her arc, of course, because her arc is what makes the character good in a way. There are other arcs I could actually apply on her, but right now I'm going to pick up her arc. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care.